Alright, what's up, fellas? We've got the new Warden and the Paunch DLC downloaded and ready to go. So we're doing an army of river trolls to face this time. I haven't looked at their stats or anything, so I'm not really sure how strong they're really going to be, but I'll show you them in a minute. Right now, we've got the new units that are on the High Elves, so I'm going to show you some of those before we start. So first up, we've got the War Lions of Trace, and these are the Regiment of Renown version, the Rahagra's Pride. I think that's how you say it. But I gotta say, I really love these units. I love that they put the White Lions in this game. These things are just insanely beautiful looking. I love the design they did on them, and even the lions have beards in Warhammer. But they're pretty good. They look like they've got some pretty good stats. They've got good speed at 82, leadership 65. That's okay, not great. 35 armor is okay. Weapon strength of 50. I think their armor piercing is good. Yeah, 34. Decent charge bonus at 40 with 36 melee defense, so they can stay in the fight for a little bit, but you don't really want to set them and forget them. Melee attack being 38, so they're going to be a good little skirmishing unit for back lines. Probably not going to be too great in this fight, but if we took them for back line and, you know, archers getting things back there like that, they would be very good, I'm sure. Next up, we have the Silverin Guard, and these guys look really nice. They're basically upgraded spearmen, but the spearmen, if you know about the high elf spearmen already, they're already a really good unit, and to upgrade them like this for not much of an extra cost is really nice. 75 armor with a silver shield, 75 leadership, so they're gonna stick around. 33 speed, not too bad for a foot unit. Melee attack 28, not great, but 42 melee defense, so they're gonna stay in there pretty long and keep your front line held up. And they've got 32 weapon strength with 20 bonus against large, so that's not bad at all for just a regular foot unit. I really like these guys. I like what they've done with the design of all of these. I know I keep saying that, but all of the things that I've seen in this DLC are just beautiful. Up next, we've got our first rainbow bird, the Arcane Phoenix, the Omen of Assyrian. So these guys, I haven't seen much on them. I haven't really looked at anything they do. I did see how their ability works, just because I was curious to see how that worked. So we're going to use that and make sure to showcase how that works. But they seem pretty strong. They're really quick with 120 speed, 100 leadership. So they'll stay there. 50 armor, not too bad. 57 melee attack and 50 melee defense. So you can kind of set them and forget them. Probably not for too long though. 440 weapon strength with 300 armor piercing damage. So these guys will stay there, probably do a lot of damage. And before you get into the fight, before you send them into anything, you're going to want to use this ability that they have. So next up, we have our next rainbow birdie. This guy's the regular version of the Regiment of Renown version. I've kind of broken one of my rules because I have one more Regiment of Renown than I am allowed, but I'm just showcasing the units, and I don't think it's going to make much of a difference, to be honest. Really the same thing as the Regiment of Renown version, just a little bit less on the stats. He has a little bit less melee defense, a little bit less melee attack. I think, yeah, a little bit less leadership. And I'm pretty sure that's it. The weapon strength is the same, yeah, 300 armor piercing. So same thing with this guy. You can kind of set him and forget him, but you don't want to forget him for too long. But that ability is really where these guys shine. You want to use that before they get in on the fight. And next we have the regular version of the White Lions, the War Lions of Trace. You guys can see that it's basically just the same Regiment of Renown. I won't spend too much time on this. Same thing I said with them. It's just that they have a little bit less leadership and a little bit less melee attack and defense. Shut up! Anyway, they're gonna be the same thing, more the same thing, get them back line, you know, yada yada, hit the guys. But I don't think they're gonna be too useful in this fight. I'm just gonna kind of use them to keep them away from the archers. And last but certainly not least, we have Eltharion the Grim. So this is the new lord, and I'm pretty sure he's the one that they were calling the Dragon Lord. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's him. But I've got him on his griffin here, and his griffin looks badass. I just love the look of this. The black and white feathers and the kind of leopard theme that they got going on with the other half. He just looks great. Eltharion has a lot of spells and things. I took some off just for the... Can you guys shut up? I took some off just for the sake of this challenge because there's so many spells to cast. You can't really do all that at once. And I would recommend that if you guys play multiplayer battles, pick and choose your spells. Pick and choose the ones that you know you're going to use, but that's off topic. Maybe a discussion for another time. He looks great, and we're going to get started. And I will show you guys the river trolls before we go. So obviously I'm not supposed to pause, and right now I'm going to put the rules right here so you guys can see them. Feel free to pause it to get more acquainted with the rules if you really want, but for the sake of this, I'm just going to leave it how it is. So these are the river trolls, and they really do look nasty, but I do love the design. Like I said, they've really done well with pretty much all of these. I have not been disappointed with the design of a single unit from this DLC. They all look great. Looking at their stats, I haven't looked at them yet, but looking at their stats, I gotta say, they look good, but they're like regular trolls. They don't have a lot of leadership, and they're probably gonna get destroyed with what we have. Just a fair estimate, I think. But I did do all river trolls, and I gave them the giant river troll hag, who is a wizard. I gave... God... I gave her all of her spells and everything, so we'll have to deal with that as it comes. I'm not sure exactly how strong she is when it comes to that sort of thing, but we got her, and I also gave them Grimgor, who is all the way over here. Or no, I didn't give them Grimgor, I gave them Grom. Grimgor did get a change from what I heard, but I gave him Grom, who is the new lord, and he is supposed to be fairly strong, so we'll see what he's got. Let's go ahead and get this going before I make this video any freaking longer than it has to be. Alright, so they're just gonna stay there, I guess. I'm going to group them together and move just a tad. Because I want to get my artillery in range so that these guys end up having to come to me, because why charge them when I have the range advantage? And if you know anything about high elves, you know that their range is definitely one of their strong suits. Their missile units are among some of the strongest in the game, so we are definitely going to use that to our advantage. We may not even have to, but as we're here waiting, this one's effective at long range. We're going to use some of Eltharion, excuse me, spells. Woo! Damn, he actually killed one with that. Wow. Not bad at all. What else has he got? Restores up to 480 hit points, can cause fear. Okay. Melee attack buff, strong versus multiple units, medium forward good against armor, causes major magical and fire damage. Okay, so it's a... Okay, I'll wait for them to get close to use that. What else we got? Entities cannot die while this ability is active, unbreakable. And a buff. Okay, so before we send them in, we'll buff them with this and this, but before that happens, I do want to use this. Just see how this is used. I wonder what the casting time is on this. Let's just use it like right here, see what happens. Oh god, it's got a pretty long casting time. Oh, it's... okay. We know this one. So, we didn't really hit anything with that. I didn't read probably what that was before I casted it, but we know what that is. So let's go ahead and buff him again, send him right into the fight here. The white lions right here, so I'm going to send them there like that. These boys, let's see, I want to float them over this, so I'm going to send them like right here. And these white lions can probably get in on this. Let's go ahead and send these spearmen in like this. They're not really attacking with everything that they could. Not 100% sure why. But then again, neither am I, so Alright, so I'm sure he's over here, so let's go... Oh, well, nope. Let's do it to these guys. So basically what's going to happen is he drops down. Boom! And you can imagine if I did that while they were staying locked into the fight, that it would have been much worse for those trolls. But everybody seems to be breaking off, and I don't really want that to happen. He's above them, so let's go ahead and send him... Well, he's not that much above them, but I think they'll probably back up into it. Let's go ahead and get this moving. Yeah, I'm not really taking this fight that serious because it seems like we really overpower them quite a bit. I probably went a little overboard with this one. But I did want to just showcase the new units and everything that they can do. So we've got that going there. Let's get that. Let's get the River Hag. I didn't really want to. Oh shit! Grom's back here. Get Grom. What are you doing? Let's have him get Grom and actually move these guys back to counter this. I didn't really want to, like I was gonna say, focus their lords, because if you do that, if you guys don't know, the easiest way to counter trolls or monstrous infantry like this, they don't have a lot of leadership generally, so the best way is to just focus their lords, and their leadership will dwindle if you can get the lords to retreat, which will probably happen fairly soon here. Let's back up the sisters here. They're just standing there. A lot of guys are just standing here, to be fair, but... So, for instance, you see these guys, they come back a lot. If I made their lords flee... Yeah, see, here you go. See, if you make their lords flee, they lose, basically, most of their will to fight, so... That was fairly easy. But, we'll do more of these. We'll definitely do more of these. If you guys want to see different units that you want me to play as or play against in another challenge, be sure to let me know in the comment section, and I will do that. If you enjoyed this, please consider leaving me a like. It really helps me out. And subscribe if you want to see more, because I'm definitely going to do more of these. Hit that bell notification so you don't miss it, though. And I think that's it. I want to see these lions charge into these bitches. Are they even running? Yeah, they are. It doesn't really seem like it, though. They're like trotting. Get them. There we go. That was kind of lackluster. Anyway. Well, they actually killed more than I thought they did. These guys actually did kill quite a bit, especially Grom. But until next time, peace.